Hi everyone, my name is Kaustubh Kale. We all know that mutual fund सही है, but ये scheme selection कैसे होता है? How do we choose mutual fund schemes? Correct? Now there are more than 40 asset management companies available for you to invest, and there are more than 2,000 schemes. How will you choose schemes? Let's see. Okay, the first step is that you do a financial planning. There are three broad categories of schemes available for you to invest. One is equity that invest in stock markets. The other is debt that invest in debt instruments and no exposure to stock markets. And the third is a hybrid, a balanced fund which invests in both. So the first step that you have to do is to do a financial planning, that what are your financial goals, what is the time horizon, and based on these time horizons, which obviously the amount also has to be inflation adjusted, you decide the broad type. Equity में जाना है, debt में जाना है, hybrid में जाना है, for which of your financial goals. Once you understand this, obviously along with it, you have to understand the subtypes. Equity वाला जो ये कॉलम है उसमें यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज अ लार्ज कैप स्कीम, व्हाट आर लार्ज कैप कंपनीज. लार्ज कैप क्या होता है? मिड कैप, लार्ज एंड मिड कैप, स्मॉल कैप, फ्लेक्सी कैप, मल्टी कैप, फोकस्ड, thematic, dividend yield schemes, ELSS schemes. Do you want to save tax? Do you don't want to save tax? Value schemes क्या होती है? Sectoral क्या होता है? Contra schemes क्या होती है? Now coming to debt instruments. Again, in this also you have various subtypes. You understand the nature of each of these types. Overnight, liquid, ultra short duration, low duration, money market, short duration, medium duration, corporate bond, credit risk, medium to long duration, backing and PSU debt, floater funds, dynamic bond funds, gilt funds. You have to understand what do these funds exactly do. Now coming to hybrid, whether it has an equity taxation or whether it has a debt taxation, because even tax is very important. Then you understand hybrid, aggressive hybrid क्या होता है, equity saving fund क्या होता है, dynamic asset allocation, what do they do, equity arbitrage funds, what do they do, what are conservative hybrid funds, what are fund of funds, what do multi asset allocation funds do. Then there are some special type of funds. Retirement fund क्या होता है, children's fund क्या होता है. So आपने एक बार financial तो planning कर दिया, फिर उसके बाद you have to understand each of these schemes. Inside these schemes also you will have 10 12 schemes maybe to invest, so you have to understand how do you compare and choose inside that. For example, in large cap you may have ICICI Prudential large cap scheme and say HDFC top 100, just using them as examples. You have to decide which scheme is good, which scheme is bad. Are both schemes good? Are both schemes bad? How do you compare? There has to be some fundamental analysis based on ratios and parameters for you to decide where do you invest. Again, like I said, for in each of these subtype, maybe you will have 10 12 schemes to make a decision upon. So you have to decide how to compare, because it's not just choosing best performance. The reason is uh, best performers keep changing every 3 to 5 years, so you have to understand each subtype well. Firstly, understand financial planning, then understand the broad category, then understand each subtype well, then understand how do you compare schemes, how do you analyze schemes. Once you invest, or rather once you even start your journey, you will have to keep tracking them. Are they still good? Are they still bad? Do you change, do you rebalance these schemes? You have to understand how to do that as well. That is why you need fundamental ratios, parameters to analyze, to make a very objective decision. Now you have to decide, can you do this with your full-time job, full-time profession, full-time business? Do you have the relevant wisdom, experience, expertise, competency to do this research and analysis by yourself? If you have, please go ahead and do it. Spend time, because this is time consuming. Just like we say health is a complicated subject, similarly wealth is a sensitive and complicated subject that will impact your life in many ways. So if you have all those parameters that I told you, please go and do it yourself. If you don't, then take help of a mutual fund distributor, because just like we say mutual fund सही है, वैसे ही advisor जरूरी है. Thank you so much everyone.